Hello everyone, I'm Miss Ha. Today I'm gonna to talk about the problem of fraction. Alright, there's first the problem of fraction. So there's some problem of fraction which is a little bit complicated and need more time in thinking of how to solve it. So I will introduce the problem of fractions, different type of it one by one to you. For today, the question that I want to show to you is this problem of fraction is telling you that there is 3.5 liter of sweet soup in a pot, alright, and it is put into bowls of liter, and the question is asking you how many bowls can be filled up at most. And how many ml of sweet soup remained? Alright, this question is asking you two questions. The first of all, how many bowls can be filled at most? The second, how many ml of sweet soup remained here? So we have two methods in solving these questions. The first of all, we know that there is 3.1/2 liter of the sweet soup, and it can be put into a bowl of 2/5, and we put it into different bowls here, and we want to find out how many 2/5 are there. So you see that there's a distributed one by one. So in this time of the questions, we use 3.1/2 divided by 5/2 because we have to put it separate into the equal part here to find out how many parts that we can have. So you can solve it one by one. And this question is the division of fraction, so you can just do the step as you're learning the division of fraction. So first of all, you change all the number to the improper fraction. And the second, we have to change the division sign to the multiplication sign and change the following fraction to the reciprocal. And the next step, if we can find that the numerator and the denominator can be simplified, we do the simplification. But if we can't do it, we times the numerator itself and the denominator itself, which is 7 times 5 here and then 2 times 2. You get the answer, which is 35/4. And then you will have the answer is 8/3/4. Alright, if you get the answer like this, which means that you know there are 8/3/4 bowls can be filled up. So which means that there are 8 bowls can be filled up at most. And then the second question is how many ml of the sweet soup remains here? We know that there is 4/3 bowls left. And each bowl, we know that it is the capacity of it is 2/5. There is each one. Right? So that when we time it together, we can find out how many liter of the soup remains here. But the question is asking you ml. 1 L is equal to 1000 ml. So when you change the liter to the ml, we have to times 1000. All right, so that we can simplify our answer. That is the multiplication of fractions, so we do the simplification before we do the calculation. You see that as a 2, and then 4, 2, and then 1005, and then here, so that you can find out the answer. The number remainder in the numerator is 3, 1, and 100. In the numerator is 1 times 1, and then here is the whole number, so you can keep 1 as a denominator. So when you time it together, you get the answer is 300. So that this question, for the first one, we know that there are 8 bowls can be filled up at most, and 300 ml of sweet soup remains. All right, that's the method 1 in how to do this calculation. And you also can have the method 2 in solving this question. All right, in the method 2, we also aim at solving this kind of question. The first of all, we have the same number sentence because the question is the same. We only use the different method in solving it. So you got the number sentence is 3 and 1/2, and then divided by 2/5. All right. In this time, if you want to use the method 2, we also did the same step as the method 1, which is changes to the improper fraction. There's a 7/2 divided by 2/5. And then the second step, we had to change the denominator into the same numerator, which is change these two to be the same denominator, and then you get the answer, which is 35/10, and then divided by 4/10. All right, and the next step, if you do if you find out this one, if you see that the denominator they are the same, which means that you only need to do the calculation for the numerator, and then you can get the answer. So what does it mean is, you use the 35 divided by 4, and then you get the answer, which is 8, and then with 3 as a remainder. So therefore the answer part here is 8, and then remains 3. But at that time, for the remainder, there's not remains 3 here. That is remains 3/10. Why does it remain 3/10? It is because you see for this part here, the denominator you have 10 here, which means that there are 35 1/10 here, and then divided by 4 1/10. All right, which means that you have 35 1/10, and you put 4 1/10 as a group. So you have 8 groups in total. All right, which means that the first question is 8 bowl. You have it. And then you have 3 1/10 is left, which means that you have 3/10 liter is left. So you have to change the liter to the ml, which means that after you do this kind of question, you use 10/3 and then times 8,000, you get this 300. So that you can find out the answer. There is 8 bowls can be filled up at most, and then 300 ml of sweet soup remained. All right, so that is the end of this problem of fractions. So you can choose either one of them, which one if you think that you prefer in doing this kind of calculation, you can choose it and use the method to solving this kind of the question. All right, so see you in the next video. That's all for today. Bye bye.